I'm James Stelling. We're here at Universal Hyundai. Today's car review is on the 2019 Tucson. This is the limited trim level. This is a new body style refreshed for 2019. You can get this at the ultimate package, which is one more trim level up. That would be the highest trim level. You have about 6 different trim levels for this Tucson year. Now, I have a video on the SE trim level, so you can kind of compare and contrast both. This one has a different engine. You have obviously a lot more chrome around the grille. You have chrome handles. The lighting system is all LED, as you can see. You have the LED daytime running lights here, the fog lights, the headlights up here, another daytime running strip here. Let me turn these headlights on so you can see. You have 4 different cubes in the regular headlights here in the front, which is a very nice design. If you can see it, you get actually it's 5, I'm sorry. So you got 5 different cubes in your front headlights. They gave you a little bit more of a cascading grille on the Limited, so you still have the mesh grille, but you have the cascading. On the lower trim levels, it's just the mesh grille. Let me pop open the hood so you can see some of the engine. This is the 2.4 liter engine. So if you want a little bit more power, you have to go to at least the SCL trim level or up. The 2 first trim levels will have a smaller engine. You'll save a little bit more on gas, but this one, you still get 25 miles per gallon, city and highway combined, so it's still really good. And about 29 on the highway. It's a GDI engine still, so that stands for gas direct intake, which basically gives you a direct injection of your gasoline to your engine. It sits really close in your cylinder, still sits on a liquid filled motor mount, which is going to absorb the vibration of the engine, make the ride a lot more quieter. You have a steel chain in your engine. You have the easy access to your air filter right here that I showed on my last video. Can save you a little bit of money as far as maintenance. Speaking of maintenance, you don't have to change your spark plugs for over 100,000 miles. You have your computer in a nice, easy location, so it won't cost a lot for labor for the mechanic to check your computer. You have your fuse box here, your ABS brakes in the back, which is nicely designed, tucked away. Some manufacturers, they have them right here, and this is your air intake right here. Now, KBB did a review on the Tucson. Over a 5-year span, you're actually going to be saving the most on maintenance for year to cost value over a 5-year span. So you can look that up on kellybluebook.com. Also, the Tucson in 2018 won Best Initial Quality for J.D. Powers. So these cars are good quality cars. A lot of it has to do with the steel. Like I mentioned in my last video, you have all these structural adhesives here. That's what bind the steel together, which make it very strong. Hyundai is its own steel manufacturer, so they produce their own steel, so they have a little bit of an advantage. They don't have to go to a middleman and buy their steel. They produce it themselves. They even sell it to Mercedes, GM. They even build transmissions for Porsche. So keep that in mind. The steel is very legit. It's high strength steel that they hot press in their billion-dollar plant in Alabama. Now, these are the limited rims you're going to be getting. You have a couple different rim styles. These are 18-inch. You can get ones that are 19-inch on the Sport if you like, and the base model ones are 17-inch. Now, you have the chrome handles. You have the chrome around here as well. It kind of extends all the way to the top and stops right here, which is nice. Your roof racks up here. You have your breakaway mirrors with the turning signals, so you can break them in, break them out, which is good in case somebody runs into them. You have your blind spot detection here as well, which comes equipped with the rear cross traffic alert. Full leather interior with the 2-tone design, which I like a lot. You see it's kind of blackish here on the side. Got your beige interior here, and you have this little light beige piping here. You have a 8-way power seat, and you have an automatic lift gate. I'll go over more of the other safety features like automatic emergency braking and things like that on the test drive after this. But let's check out the back real quick. Same piping design. Keep in mind you have your infinity speakers over 315 watts, and you have 8 speakers in the car for the Limited. You have your air vents in the back, another USB port right here, and it's very spacious back here, as you can tell. So you got a good enough space. If you wanted to move up to a little bit bigger of a car, we do have the Santa Fe as well. Now let's hop up to the back. Completely redesigned the tail lights. These are full LED tail lights. You got your Tucson badge here, and you got a dual quad exhaust here. Whenever you go to the 2.4 liter, you'll have that dual quad exhaust, which is chrome tipped, and the other ones with the smaller engine, you'll have one chrome tipped exhaust. You have your automatic lift gate. What's good about this lift gate though is it's a smart lift gate. So when you step behind the trunk, it's gonna pop open for you. As long as you have your key in your pocket, the car has to be turned off and locked. Once you step behind the gate, it's gonna pop open for you. It will flash like 3 times. But you just have to make sure that setting's set on the front. Now you do have your reversible cargo mat here, so in case for wet materials. You have a 12-volt battery charger over here. You get your first aid kit. Down here you can create a little bit more cargo space if you like. You have this little 3-inch section here where you can slide this out, and I can slide it a little bit lower. This is your cargo cover, which can go placed right over here. You have 2 different sections here, just in case you want to lean your seats back. You still can put the cargo cover there. Now let me close this. I remember back in the day, sometimes there was some malfunction with some of the lift gates, like you put your hand here and it would close. But for these, don't be afraid if your kid actually gets his hand stuck here, it will pop back up in case you left your hand here. Just so you know, and you can readjust this too at different levels to your convenience. Now, as far as safety features in this car, you have lane keep assist, which I'll go over in the test drive. You have automatic emergency braking, like I mentioned. You have the power seat on this side. You have a 360 camera, which is new. On the 18s, you weren't able to get the 360 camera. And if you went up to the ultimate package, you can get things like rain sensing wipers. You get the panoramic sunroof. This one's the limited, so you won't have some of those things, but you still have a lot, like the infinity speakers, the 7-inch screen, and you have the heated seats as well. If you wanted the ventilated seats, you just have to go up to the next trim level. But let's take this for a test drive. Make sure you subscribe to us at the bottom of the page and check out our next video.